Hey guys, I'm back out in my test garden outside. I'm going to be testing head-to-head the XP Deus high frequency coil, probably the elliptical coil, and the Minelab Equinox 800. Some tough targets. I picked 3 different targets: a little piece of gold, an old half real, Spanish silver half real, and then that third of foot Scottish Rev War button, that bone button that I found a couple weeks ago in a previous video. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be testing these 3 targets in conjunction with some iron, maybe something else. Anyway, I'll keep it simple for this first video, since it's could be a long video if I don't. So anyway, let's see how it goes. We've got target gold and silver, and then this. So let's see. Let's get it everything. Let's get both machines to sound off on these targets first, and then we'll add some iron. And we're going to put the iron at the same level as the target. Today's non-desirable metal target that we'll be using to test against the desirable metal target is going to be this old colonial square nail, iron square nail. For the settings today for the Equinox 800, it's going to be part 2 as far as the program. I'm going to go ahead and noise cancel. Oops, I'll do it again accidentally. Ground balance, find a good clean spot. That's about right. Volume level 25. I'm going to be running a 2-tone program, and I'll show you the 2 tones, the settings we're going to be in a little bit. But the first tone is going to be from 0 to -9 to 0. It'll be a level volume of 1. The next tone, tone 2, will be volume level 25. No threshold. I'm not even sure what this is. 25 is as high as it goes. I'm assuming this is the power or the volume, overall volume level maybe. This is the 2-tone. This is the tones right here. 2-tone, and here are the tone sounds. So my first tone is going to be at tone 1, which is a very low tone. That's the iron. The next tone, the second tone, is 25, which is a very high tone for all the desirable metals. Here is discrimination. I've got it set to where there's no discrimination. I've got everything blacked off. So if I were to unblack these first, as in the default settings, the -9 to 0 is blocked off, is off block, whatever you want to call it, and it's discrimination. But I've got it set to hear everything. Press this down again hard. So this is your tone breaks. My tone break for the 2-tone program is at 0, as you can see. So that's pretty much it as far as how I set it up. And then we're going to be running 5 recovery speed. FE will be at 0. I don't use the FE2 function at all. We don't need it. I don't even use FE, the iron filter function. Anyway, I think these settings are very close to what I'm going to be using for the XP Deus. As far as my settings on 26 kilohertz and my 3-tone program with the XP Deus high frequency elliptical coil. Anyway, here we go. Now, so we're going to put it next to the target and see how close we can get it and still get the target. Losing it there. Kill it there. Lose it there again. You just go around the edge of the target, what happens? So right now we're just going to do this colonial piece. It's on it. How close can we get? Now it's going to be above the target. If you go below the target, it's at the same level right now. So if you go, it's about the same level now there. You get one hit, but you don't get iron, 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 iron. Start getting a sound on it. But the VDI doesn't come up right. You do get a sound. But look at that VDI number. It's going to 2 negative, jumpy. Never goes to 1, which the actual VDI is. So iron brings that number up a little bit there. Let's get the Deus out and see what happens on it. Okay? Why did I do that? That was stupid. I don't want to change my... now I gotta do it again. There we go. It's at 5 right now. Pretty quiet. How close do you have to be? I was getting it, now it's not getting it. VDI is not, it's not a 1, so it's bringing it up. That iron next to it raises that low conductor up. Okay? Let's try the Deus now. We're just going to run the HF elliptical coil, the high frequency elliptical coil. Just turning it on. Go to menu. Disc I like to set at 10. I can go down to 9.5. It's your disc is your iron volume. I've been through this in my past videos. I got a 3-tone program. Expert. I'm going to bring the first tone, the second tone are 120. The third tone is 993 as far as the tone level. And that's the sound. So the lower the number, The lower the sound, the higher the number, the higher the sound. The next number over here is your conductivity numbers, your conductivity levels. So your first tone is discrimination, which is going to be your iron. It's set at 10. So anything conductivity wise 10 and under is going to give you iron sound, or that level of 120. The next one down is going to also give you 120. I set that one, I like to set it at 11, just above 10, so it's also going to sound off at 120, or a low tone. The next tone is a high tone, and that's everything 11 and above, so, or 12 and above I should say. So that's how I set up my system. I can change this depending on the site for trash. I can keep my iron level at 10 and then set my trash level at you know, 65, 50, whatever it may be. So let's just use this right now. Sensitivity is at 90, 26 kilohertz. Frequency I can go down or up or whatever. Iron volume is at 3, reactivity at 3. We're going to stay at 3 right now. -1 silencer. Audio response is at 5. So 87 is ground balance. The one thing about the XP Deus that the Equinox does not have, the conductivity levels are from 0, or actually -6.5 to 100, versus the Equinox only goes to 40. So it's -9 to 40. The difference, the preciseness, precision, you'll see the difference. I'm getting it both ways on here, versus the Equinox I only got it one. This one spot. That iron's raising that VDI number as well. I'll take the iron out in a minute. You can see what this target by itself is going to be at 26 kilohertz. Let's see. 40, 32, 33, 37, 35, 33, 30, 31. 30, 32, something like that. So, there you go. That iron in there makes a difference. And you have it right next to it at the same level as the target. Can bring the Equinox back over here. Is it getting it? It is getting it. As you get off it, though, you have to be right on it. Let's see. Get it back over here. It says that's very diggable, repeatable, diggable, but it's raising that VDI way up. Almost a real. So we'll get the Equinox over. Now remember, this is recovery speed 5. So let's go to 7. Boy, it's impressive. 7 is impressive. It's very impressive. That's very impressive. It's killing it. It's hardly changing that VDI. Okay. And this is park 2. Let's change this to this, where the iron is above the target. Let's see if we can get it to stay there. There we go. Be careful not to hit it. Unbelievable. Definitely a repeatable target. I would dig it. Let's investigate. It's very jumpy. 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 From here, I'm not getting repeatable. I know it's there, but when you're over this target, you can't see it. I'm getting iron right now. Repeatable there. It's just right there. I mean, the VDI is going to 10. You're hearing something there. I may or may not dig that. I know I wouldn't dig that. I mean, I'm 6 inches up now. Still getting that pollution in that signal. Not the same. The sound's not the same each swing back and forth. Let's try the Deus and see what happens. So far it's VDI is all way off. 97, 90s. But I can hear something. Still don't like that. I would definitely investigate that sound just because I know that. I'm definitely getting a good repeatable. Oh, I hit it. Let's go to 2.5 and see what happens on that. You know, reactivity and recovery speed are the same thing, basically. Definitely pounding that. It's definitely a diggable signal there. That's polluted. It sounds polluted a little bit, but I can really hear it. So 2.5 seems to be a, between depth and speed, a really good combination with the 26 kilohertz. Just that's what I've been using, not 3. An extreme. Alright, so I think advantage Deus on that a little bit. I mean, they seem to get, they hit the target on the same angles. But this is repeatable here. I know there's something in that polluted signal, and I would investigate that. Now, let's go back over this with the, and then over here, for sure. I mean, the VDI, going off the VDI, you're getting a 99, 98, which is way off, but you're still getting all non-ferrous on that on the horseshoe over here too. I look at the VDI on this and hear the sound. There's a sweet sound you get with a good non-ferrous target. I'm getting that, and I'm looking down the VDI all the time to see what the mineralization is, and that horseshoe. I use that horseshoe a lot. So watch, you come over here, look at that horseshoe, ferrous, non-ferrous. I use it all the time. I'm getting it. Okay, let's bring the Equinox over here. We're at 7. Yep, recovery speed 7. Let's go to 8. Let's go to 7. 7's what I like to relic on it anyway. That's repeatable, right there. Here, an iron. So let's come back in right here. It's definitely repeatable. Man, I don't know. The Deus and the Equinox, I don't know. They're about the same. To be honest, honestly. And this is a very low conductor. Very low conductor. It's a low conductor. Bringing it way up, but that low conductor. It's not a very, it's not a normal good. Polluted so much, and it's changing the signal, so I'm not sure I would dig that. Versus on the Deus I would. You have to get it perfect. It gets it, but you have to get a perfect angle. Change it to 5. You hear that? You're getting a signal, but it's like elongated. That iron's changing that signal. I don't know that I would dig that every time. I might investigate it. I'm not sure I would dig it every time. You got recovery speed at 5. it's still not quite a good signal. I'm getting a good sound, but the signal's not quite. You hear that pop, 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 pop? Good signal. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Not getting a pop, pop, pop up on there. Now on the Deus, pop, 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 pop. No. Pop, 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 pop. I found that same spot. Starts to come in. It's elongated there. I'm not going to dig that. I would that. It's 2.5. Tightness of the signal. Tightness, I guess you can call it, of that sound. The tightness of the sound. Now let's go to 74 kilohertz and see what happens. So there we go, ultra high frequency, 74. Blazing fast. Now it's going to bring this up. 54 instead of 30. 95, 96. The signal's way improved. Look at that, it's 43. $52, $54. That's almost really. It's going to be about 50 something. Should be around 50 something. So the extra high frequency. I hear the pop 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 of a good signal, good non-ferrous signal in there. Not there, but right there. Boy, you can really get higher and still get that target with a higher frequency. We're going to go over that too in future videos. Sounds good. I mean, that's the advantage of the Deus right there. When I'm using the Equinox, I don't get that totally good sound. This is the only angle that these detectors will get this that good, and it sounds better on the Deus, even though it still sounds pretty good. Good enough with the Equinox that you would dig it or investigate it. But this sounds like a good target. Even though the numbers are jacked up in the VDI. I'm not getting any VDI now. But it's 4 inches up there now. Interesting. Anyway, we'll do the next targets next time.